What is up guys, Ghost here. So today I wanted to talk about how you guys can deal effectively with enemy Bastions. Now Bastion is a pretty easy class to learn. You just set him up in sentry mode, you wait for people to walk by, and you mow them down with his chain gun. And then of course he has quite an effective ultimate, just hit Q, and then you can bunny hop around one-shotting people in the face. So he's a really easy defensive character, and it seems to be one that a lot of new players in the beta are tending to gravitate towards. Now add to that the fact that nobody even knows the maps in the beta, except for the players who were in the closed beta of course, and Bastions are becoming extremely effective. Past few games I've played, I've seen people in my team just absolutely furious, absolutely livid at the Bastions on the enemy team. They just don't know how to deal with them, they keep getting mowed down. They're becoming frustrated. So if you're one of those players, I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to effectively counter Bastion. So most of the time, it simply comes down to switching hero. Now I know a lot of people aren't really thinking about hero synergy and what is best for your team at the moment in the beta. They're just using the time and the opportunity to try out whatever hero they fancy. It may not be the best hero for the situation, but they're just rolling with it, right? Now, it often turns out that that particular hero they're playing isn't really the best for taking down Bastion. So if you are having trouble with Bastion, I recommend switching to one of the following. Okay, so first of all, we have Roadhog. So Roadhog has a chain hook ability, which basically throws a giant chain towards the enemy, hooks them and pulls them towards Roadhog. Now, what most people don't know is that you can actually hook Bastion in sentry mode. So if you get close enough to Bastion to actually hook him, that is the easiest way to deal with him. Most of the new players who are playing the Bastions, they're going to be pretty surprised to find that Roadhog can actually do this. Now from there on, you do have a pretty nice big health pool as Roadhog, and Bastion has quite a large hitbox, so Roadhog's scrap gun is pretty effective at burning Bastion down quickly once you've hooked him towards you. And he's going to be out of his comfort zone because he's not now behind his team in a defensive position anymore. You've pretty much hooked him towards your team, and it's going to throw him off guard. Okay, so the second hero that you can pick if you're wanting to be on offense, I recommend switching to Genji. Now Genji has an ability called Deflect, which deflects certain projectiles in the game, for example McCree's revolver, Soldier 76, it will also deflect the pulse rounds from Tracer's weapons, and it will deflect any shot from Bastion, whether he's in recon mode or he's in sentry mode. Now again, it's a lot of the new players in the game who are playing Bastion because they find him quite easy. More likely than not, they're not going to have played much Genji because Genji is quite a hard character to play. So it's likely they don't actually know how Deflect works. So all you have to do is walk up to the Bastion, wait till he unleashes his sentry cannon upon you and hit Deflect. And you're going to deflect all those shots right back at him and he will burn himself down in milliseconds before he even realizes what is happening. Of course, occasionally you do come up against somebody who knows what they're doing and they realize that, okay, when Genji has Deflect up, don't fire at him. You know, you hear this little significant sound of the Deflect, and some people know, but since the huge amount of Bastions at the moment is really just down to the fact that there are so many new players, I can pretty much guarantee that 90% of the time this should work for you. And the third hero you can pick is somebody with a fairly long range weapon, preferably a hit scan weapon. So somebody like Widowmaker is very good at just darting out, poking out, sniping at Bastion and then back in again. Also McCree is great for this. Pharah is okay, maybe not quite as good as McCree and Widowmaker because of course her projectiles have travel time whereas Widowmaker and McCree's don't. So a lot of the time Bastion can realise what's going on, but nevertheless she's still a good character for peeking out, firing a shot and getting back into cover. Another one of course is Hanzo, maybe not the easiest character to play for new players. His shots do have a significant amount of drop and of course you can't zoom in like you can with Widowmaker, but if you consider yourself to be pretty good with Hanzo then by all means give it a shot. So there you go guys, hopefully these tips should help you out. The beta is going to be opening up to everyone on the 5th of May, so I can only expect the amount of noob Bastions to rise exponentially from there on out. And if you're watching this video upon the release of Overwatch on the 24th of May, I think it's quite likely that this scenario will repeat itself then, so hopefully this information will still be relevant. Alright guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. A like down below is always appreciated if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.